Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Are we live?
Are we live? I hope so.
I hope someone gives me a thumbs
All right. He's giving me a thumbs up. It's all good?
up. Our production team.
All right, perfect.
Cool.
Welcome back. It is episode 7 of Whisky Website Wednesdays. I am Mira. I am the social media manager at Outside the Box.
AKA OTB. What up, son? I'm sorry.
That was really good. And
I get into that.
this is Gauch. He is our PPC manager at Outside the Box. Together, we are your hosts for Whisky Website Wednesdays. Welcome back from
Panama.
How was that?
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was a lot of junk food, so my workouts took a beating. A lot of drinking as well, which I mean, I guess I shouldn't be saying on TV or.
Well, it's preparing you for today, so that's perfect.
That is true.
Yeah.
I did not have a good scotch there, so I'm actually looking forward to this
All right.
because this is good. What else did I do? Yeah, a lot of eating and lounging in the pool and beach and stuff like that. But you actually just came back from New York as well.
I did last night, and mine was. I actually got sick off Halal Guys, so.
Oh no!
My
Oh wait,
trip
which
was-
one? The halal guy, like the famous one downtown Manhattan, or?
Yeah, but I went to, I think, so there was like 7 carts lined up next to each other.
Yeah.
And I went to like the furthest one. I don't know if it was the cart or I don't know if I was just like sick or whatever.
Yeah.
But it just didn't sit well.
Oh no.
I don't want to like
'Cause there's
rule
one
out
guy-
Halal
no, 'cause
Guys. It
there's-
was delicious.
No, because there's like one down there that's famous. By the way, there's a cart there's lines around the block to get to a cart.
That's
like a
the
halal
one
cart.
that
the one?
No, that was the one that was down the street. There was like a lot of people around there, and I
Yeah.
went to one that had like 2 people.
Okay,
So-
because the one that has a line around the street, his stuff is insane.
Yeah.
I had one that was good in actually Brooklyn. It's right in front of the hospital, and for $6 I was satisfied.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I wish it sat well. But other than that, it was good.
Yeah.
We'll get more into that a little bit later. But first, let's talk about the whiskey we're having today.
Today we're having Aberlour. Now this is a single malt Scotch whiskey. By the way, I have tried it once. Oh, so good.
I haven't tried this yet, so
yeah,
I'm excited.
I want to see her face. So at the LCBO, it's about $65. It's a pretty good price range. It's actually a Speyside malt. So for those of you who don't know what a Speyside malt is, it's distilled in the northeast Scotland. Yeah, northeastern Scotland in a place called Strathspey. And that's actually the region where Glenlivet and Glenfiddich come from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then.
So they're like brothers.
Yeah. So or cousins, let's say that.
Okay.
So once I found that out, that's what I was like, makes sense why I like this, because they're from the same region. Now let me just go through some notes so you guys know. And I'm not the full-on expert on this one yet, so I'm gonna read a little bit. Don't judge me. So the character, like the notes that they have are like vanilla, cinnamon, raisins, Christmas cake, and
Ooh.
oak. Yeah. It has,
Festive. How festive is this one?
I know, we're
Right.
holiday season. Santa Claus is coming to
Perfect.
town. Actually,
Santa
funny.
Claus is coming to our whiskey glass.
You know what's funny? Actually, we were standing outside the restaurant the other day, and this guy came up. I'm gonna assume he's homeless, but he came up, and the way he came up was actually kind of funny. He was like, "Did you know in 12 days the biggest thug will be breaking into your house? Is coming to Toronto in 12 days." And I was like, or he said like a certain amount of days. I was like, what?
Santa?
And yeah, it ended up being like Santa. After a very long, awkward pause, he said all these facts that made it sound like some mafia member was coming. Then it turned out to be Santa. I was like, I see what you did there.
All right.
But yeah, this is a double matured version. If you want to look at this,
All right.
it's a mix of an oak and sherry cask. The sherry cask itself is actually handpicked by the master distiller,
Distillerer?
the master guy.
What does double cask matured mean?
So it means it's been in 2 casks. So
Ooh, okay.
I think they start this one off in a sherry cask and then an oak one, but I'm not sure the order for this. But you can taste the sherry in this. I'm gonna let her struggle with that for a bit. It's sweet, full-bodied. It was actually released in February 2015, so it was not long ago that it actually came out. And as soon as she opens it sometime soon, I actually don't want to embarrass myself now by opening it. So yeah, there you go. We're gonna go through this, and we're gonna see what flavor she gets.
So you
out of
guys
this.
actually really dug into this, huh?
I may have had a drink
You
or two.
bought this on Friday, didn't you?
Saturday actually. I
All
came back
right.
on Saturday.
All right.
We only had like
That's
me and Hiran, who was also at Balantech. Balantech is our IT side. We do tech solutions. If you want to know more about what we do for you guys, call us or email us, and I'll connect you with Hiran. But Hiran actually had some with me, and we were pleasantly surprised. This was actually just a impulse buy. We were just like, oh, let's pick a new whiskey that we haven't tried yet. And but yeah, I have at it.
Well, all right.
Looking forward to this.
I'm excited to try this. You've been talking about it all morning.
I know, like it just surprised me, to be honest. And I had it with ice, and ice actually dulled down the flavors. So I would actually say I would suggest to our viewers, neat. At least try it once, neat. Maybe you want to add ice. I mean, to each their own. Maybe, if anything, if I wanted to dilute it a little bit, maybe a teaspoon of water might work better than the ice will.
And so, how much is this at LCBO?
$65, which is a decent price for a single malt whiskey. Like it's in a good price range. All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. Oh.
On the first sip, you'll get like a spicy after.
Yeah, it was really
like
spicy.
But then as you sip a little longer, you get actually a lot more sweeter undertones.
Ooh, I like this.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it reminds me of, but I loved it. Very first time I tried it, I was like, yeah, I like it.
Ooh, this one's good.
Aberlour, good job, man. Honestly.
Wow.
12-year single malt, I love it. All right. What else are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about, since we've been around the world, we're going to be talking about marketing around the world.
Yeah.
We already gave you our Aberlour facts. And, if you guys, have comments to make and ask us, we'll give you some more facts that I might have to pull out of my ass. And, yeah, so how about we get into...
Wow, I was kind of sleepy before, but, I'm
That-
fully awake now. That was
that,
good.
right? Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right.
What do you
It's
think
gonna
of
be
what do you think of the taste though? Like this,
No,
the
it's
sweetness,
good.
right? Cool. So
I actually kind of think I like this better than Glenmorangie now.
it's there.
like,
It's in that region.
yeah.
It's in that region. Like I would have to drink this a few more times, but I think it's in the conversation for me. Like as a chill, like I'm gonna hang out, drink. Like
I get the aftertones or
the taste.
the
Taste notes of-
aftertaste. Yeah.
It's
like
that-
a good. It's not like
when someone said Christmas cake, I was like, really? But then you kind of, I guess with the smell,
makes
I
me
get
feel
it.
festive. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
Jingle all the way. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about marketing around the world. Let's start off with how your experience was actually in New York.
Aside from getting sick, it was really good. Yesterday, I kind of just roamed around Fifth Avenue and Central Park. I sat in Times Square for a bit. So, Fifth Avenue is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Whatever. But Times Square, I want to talk about Times Square. I was sitting there for like an hour. I roamed around and then I just decided to grab a coffee and sit down. And it is like, as a marketer and as someone in marketing, I was just admiring all of the billboards and everything around me. Everywhere you turn, there's a billboard, obviously. If you've ever been to Times Square, you know. There's about 300,000 people that walk there every day.
Wow. Oh, I didn't even know that number.
That is a lot.
Yeah. 300,000?
300,000 pedestrians per day. And
That's a marketer's dream.
Yes.
Like what dream? Dear God.
So it costs about $1 million to $5 million. I'm almost positive on that number.
For what?
For a billboard. Yes.
That's like more than a Super Bowl ad, isn't it? Dear God.
Yeah, Super Bowl ads are actually $5 million for 30 seconds.
It's $5 million now?
Something like that.
Oh dear. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
I hope I'm right with these facts.
No, I'm gonna look up the Super Bowl ad ones
Yeah.
because I remember when they were much lower, but I guess I'm aging myself. So.
The NASDAQ sign is the largest LED sign in Times Square, and I was standing right underneath it, and I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
You're like an ant compared to
Yeah,
everything else.
everything feels like you do feel like you're an anthill just busying about that. Times Square space.
And taking a page out of the Times Square marketing handbook, it kind of reflects onto social media, kind of reflects onto marketing on your website and everything. Everyone has such a short attention span, and everyone that markets in Times Square, I think, has captured that perfectly.
Absolutely.
I was watching actually like a Simply Orange billboard ad. It was like 15 seconds long, and I was kind of mesmerized. But I noticed like right after, once it was done, I quickly turned to something else. And you're just constantly like being thrown information at your face. There's so much to see, but it relays the fact of everyone has a short attention span, so you have to grab their attention really, really quick. And if you don't grab it in that 15 seconds, like you can't tell a story in Times Square. It's just, this is what you need. This is what you need. This is what you need. You know.
Well, you're telling a story, a very short story.
Exactly.
And you're trying to get everything across in 15 seconds or
Yes.
30 seconds.
So I think there's a lot to take from the Times Square marketing and how they do it. I actually had a really good time there. So yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, from the way you described the 15 seconds and 30 seconds, that sounds a lot like the Instagram videos we put out, or like the Snapchats we put out. You know, the videos that we put out that are quick. It's like, Kim, this is what we do, or this is what we're doing. Have fun. Peace out.
Yep. You only have 30 seconds or 15 seconds. So keep that in mind. Take a page out of Times Square's book, and let's talk about Panama. Let's talk about marketing around the world.
So Panama, like when I went on the company's, I just wanted to check it out. I went on the company's Instagram page, and mind, by the way, you need to do some work with them, because they need some help
With Panama?
Yeah, you need all of Panama. No, I'm kidding. Like the resort, and like I noticed actually what they're utilizing Panama, but it feels like it's a few years lagging, like what people used to do, like kind of just throw flyers on it, and it was just very flyery, like, you know. Whereas now, like the way I've seen some of the ads that you put out, like I don't even feel like I'm being advertised to.
Right.
Whereas that one was like a flyer.
Yeah.
Just picture, post it up, and it was for locals, would like what price they would pay, or what they should call for like certain days or amount of days, and there were a lot of locals on site, so like at the resort, so like I assume maybe it is working in that market, at least right now. They are a little behind in the sense that I saw a lot of people walking around FaceTiming a lot.
Okay.
Like a lot. So I mean, I guess in that market, like that is still that's really popular. I saw a lot of people on Instagram. I didn't see Snapchat as much.
Really?
But with the tourists I did, but
Okay.
not with the locals. I didn't see them pulling up Snapchat a lot. So maybe that's not something that hasn't been invaded. Maybe it's just I just had a biased view. Like maybe in that area it wasn't happening.
Well, you're just like looking at people on their phones.
Well, no, I thought it was actually good to see that, and everyone was on their phone actually. Other than the foreigners, like the tourists, yes, some of them were like, you know how people are on vacation like this.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't, but I felt like the locals were all on their phone.
Okay.
And I was just like, maybe it's more of a novel thing for them. But then again, here, everywhere you go, like most people are looking at the phone,
On
not
their
people,
phone,
right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, so like I just pulled up some stats. I was actually looking at some stats, and I thought actually the Asian Pacific market and the Latin America market is what I wanted to point out. So I'll just throw out some numbers. I am going to be reading a little bit. These are just numbers, and we'll talk about what these numbers mean quickly.
Sure.
So in the Asian Pacific market, for example, 72% of marketers prioritize an inbound approach to marketing. Now, those viewers that don't know what inbound or outbound is, like I'll just give you an example of inbound, and then we'll talk about it actually in a later episode. We actually might be talking about it next episode.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So inbound is basically just a promotion of a company, you know, through blogs, Instagram, you know, posts like Instagram pages, like advertising that kind of attracts customers through the different stages of their client profile and like the pipeline. So they're coming to you, whereas outbound, you're kind of actively going out and finding them, calling them, stuff like that. It's a little bit more intrusive. Inbound brings people to you.
Yeah.
She's an expert. So we'll talk about it next week. And then we found that in the Asian Pacific market, about like 80% of all businesses with the 0 to 25 employees, so small businesses, were using inbound. So it's showing a lot of promise in Asia, and North America is probably the market that uses it the most, but it's reaching across the world. Now, both inbound and outbound marketers, I found this was interesting, agreed that overwhelmingly traditional paid ads are the number one most overrated marketing tactic, at least in Asian Pacific. And I hate throwing out like a phrase like that or a number like that, but same time it's because people think, oh, you're in digital marketing, that's why you're saying that, but we're just like, no, we're your business strategy, we're your marketing strategy for the digital age.
Yeah.
That's what we are for you. We're not just digital marketers. We're just making sure we get you across in this age. So it's interesting that people say that. Now, there's way too much to read here, so I'm just gonna skip over to Latin America because Mira's looking at me like, what? Do you have a Bible?
No, he has like 20 pages in front of him, and I'm just like.
By the way, I love research. Like once I started,
there's so many.
Yeah, like I actually have so many pages. I started reading and I was like, oh my god, like I love this. By the way, we do like that kind of research here. Like we don't like to.
There's a lot of research.
No stone unturned. Outside the box, that's what we do. So this was interesting. Of all the markets that they were comparing, Latin America actually had the least amount of presence in SEO, organic, and any sort of digital marketing.
So maybe we need to target them.
Yeah,
let's target
and they actually have 66% of the marketers say that they're now trying to grow their SEO presence, but the struggle that they're having is they're not able to track their ROI, so the return on investment, and which is one of the biggest struggles. Now, I remember there's one more thing that I thought was epic. Latin America was more challenged by identifying the right marketing technologies than any other region. This actually we find with our customers as well. They don't know what to use, how to use it. This is where we come in. You come to us with, hey, this is my business. This is what we do. What can you do for us? And we'll tell you whether you need a new website, you need SEO, we need a whole scheme, we need to brand you top to bottom. But this is what our expertise is. And a lot of people find that a lot of people aren't educated in this, and that's where we come in, right? I think kind of like half of what she does is educate people.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's. I mean, there's hours and hours of information that I can give you guys, but I'll stop.
There's like pages of pages. There's so many. You did well with the research. I'm actually really excited to read more about this.
Yeah. So we'll actually we'll go into more inbound marketing next week, and then following we'll talk about outbound and maybe the comparison. But we'll stop with the numbers there. I know you probably want to know more about the whiskey. Whiskey is delicious, by the way. I actually saw her voluntarily take this and drink this. Now obviously I have to give a special shout out to Drake again, because we talk about it every we have to do it every episode. I'm actually giving you publicity, bad publicity or not.
Drake, man,
you need to talk to Aberlour.
They've done it well. This is good.
This is good. Price point's great. Single malt. Oh yeah, so great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean. Anything else you wanted to add to this?
No, I think we need to once we're done this, we need to start targeting people in Latin America for their SEO. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about Panama. I'm like, I can go back.
Yeah.
I mean, I might come back the color of my hair, but I'm already darker. But it's all good. It's all good. Anyhow, just wanted to guys let you know Hip House. The next one is December 21st.
Yes, and if you don't know what Hip House is, you are living under a rock. I'm just joking. Hip House is our young professionals networking organization. It is a great way to meet people in Toronto. It is a free networking event, so that means you pay nothing. We don't take anything from you. It's $0. It's free. The only thing that you give us is your time, and you meet new people, you make new connections. So December 21st at Bloke Toronto, we will put a link to our registration page. You just register so that we know that you're coming. And if you have any questions, if you need any help with your marketing campaigns for the holidays, if you need any ideas for your marketing campaigns for 2017,
New Year's coming.
You know who to call or email or fax. We don't have a fax.
No.
Okay. So email us at think@outsidethebox.com. My name is Mira again. This is Gaush. If you guys have any questions for us directly, I am the social media manager. He is the PPC manager.
You can get her at Mira at Outside the Box.
Exactly.
I'm Gaush at Outside the Box. We're all at Outside the Box. And exactly, if you have any questions about the whiskey,
yes,
the hundreds of pages of information that I have here now, just email us.
All right, so rankings of whiskeys before we go. Is this first or is
this is now in the conversation for first. I think next episode, if anything, you know what, we're gonna bring out a board and write out our rankings.
I think so.
But I think this is in the conversation for first right now.
Okay, and then I think it's still Glenmorangie for me for second.
Yeah. Glenmorangie is one of my faves, so it's just it's gonna be hurt that there's a competition, but cheers.
Yes. Have a great day, everyone. Stay productive. Stay marketing. Let us know. Whoops. All right. Email us if you guys have any questions, and have a great day.